So recently I started getting really back into working out and, squatting and deadlifting. And if you're like me and a little older, you're going to find little things where my knees hurt, my lower back hurts. But it has nothing to do with injury or the physical part of it, right? The hardest part is that mental part of how come I can't do this anymore when I used to do this? Or how come I can't be this way because I used to be like this? I used to compete and deadlift, and now I can't even pick up the fucking toilet paper on the ground that I dropped while taking a dump. Well, if you are this person, you feel the same way as I do, it's time to change things up. And what we're going to talk about today is how I am actually implementing so many things that I know, right? Because I would tell someone this advice. I would tell this person that is in this situation these things to do in order to mentally feel good, in order to feel better, in order to achieve something that they believe they can't do anymore. And going back into the story, hold on real quick. I'm going to tell you that story really fast. So I'm following this program I've been following for a long time, right? Ageless Athlete by my friend James Smith. If you haven't checked it out, James Smith, Joe DeFranco, all those guys, if you're in it, check it out, right? agelessathlete.com, I believe. Great program. And when it gets to deadlift day and squat day, I really have to warm up hard, right? I have to warm up. I have to get into it. And what I find myself happening is when I do try to get into what it says on the paper, I get hurt, right? Something happens to my foot or my knee or my hip, and I fully warmed up. I just didn't walk up to the bar like an amateur and just started doing nothing. No, I do my 40 to 50-year-old warm up. Right? It takes a long time for me to get into things. It takes a long time for me to start getting prepared or prepped up for a lift and or a whole workout. Some people could just walk in. I cannot. Right? And I've been doing those things and I still get like trigger points. My hip stings. I get that weird shooting pain in my lower back to the why? Why is it happening? I don't understand. Why is it happening? Because I'm trying to do things that I used to do, which I no longer can based off my life that has happened in that period in between. Right? That gap in between where I got a full hip surgery, I got a labrum repaired, I have 2 hernias, I had a torn chest, I had an Achilles tear, I had a lot of shit happen to me. And I think I could just walk right in and just feel good about deadlifting and squatting again? No. But there are things that we have to do. And here's the thing, ready? It has nothing to do with working out. Right? This is the part where it has nothing to do with working out. And we talked about this in a podcast maybe 5 or 10 ago. And it's called letting go. Letting go of that person that you are striving to be again. Letting go of that person that you're trying to set goal lists for and checklists for. Right, we talked about checklist last week. If you haven't done that, check out the podcast from last week. We talked about checklists and how they actually fucking make us nuts sometimes. But this is one thing that I know that I can conquer, that I can grasp, but I gotta change things up. So if you're willing to give a little bit of a listen to that, hang on really tight, and I'm gonna go right through it with you and me and the rest of the show. So welcome to the Mental Mobility Podcast, episode number 151. We ready to rock. Let's do this shit. But before we get into it, we're going to get to our memes of the week. And finally, I have the software ready, I believe. Hopefully it's good. And we're going to talk about the first one. This one's called Tips for Home. I just found this one funny. I don't know if you can see that, but obviously it'll post up. It says, it's 2 tickets, general admission for stay home and do nothing. I don't know. I think mentally it feels good to know that I am not alone in that, and where there's so many times I would rather just sit home and do nothing. And honestly, a lot of times I use these tickets. These tickets are great, and I feel like I want to print them out and sell them to, that's not a bad idea. I think I'm going to make some. And then if you'd like to purchase them, you can get them. So next time you have to go somewhere, you can give yourself tickets and show it to someone. You have tickets to stay home and do nothing. Or maybe something cool like at your house. Like, oh shit, you earned this, hun. You earned these 2 tickets to stay home and do nothing because you went to Disney World. things like that. I don't know. It's something that kind of made me feel fun mentally. And now we're into another one. So this one, it doesn't say from where it is. It was just someone reposted it, and I like it. It says, "Wow, maybe the journey isn't so much about becoming anything. Maybe it's about unbecoming everything that isn't really you." And this is the post combined with the experience that I had this week, that I have to start moving in a different direction. Right? Maybe it is not. Maybe that whole journey of me getting ready to work out and get this program to be in shape. Nonetheless, I've lost 4% body fat. Weirdly enough, my body weight is still the same, which kind of drives me crazy as an ED, right? Someone used to weigh himself every single day and, check his fat every single day and check his chin and his wrist size and his waist size every single day. It felt okay. Not good. It felt okay to see that I lost 4% body fat, but I didn't lose any weight. Where like the goal is always lose weight, lose weight, lose weight, right? But at the same time, I can see a difference. And that's the most important part. Right. And I have to convince myself that that's the most important part, even though I want to get to 170, right? I want to get 170 so I can fucking compete at some point. Yeah, sure. Real nice, Pete. You lost 4% body fat or transferred it into muscle, which means I'm gaining muscle. I'm getting stronger. I feel more confident. That's for damn sure. But of course, I want to see the scale go down. But right now, this is the process that it's at. I'm just going to ride it out and make sure I keep doing what it is I know I'm supposed to be doing and keep moving in it. And I'm sorry I jumped to that, but this journey isn't about something new. And I always think about Vegas when we came here. When I came to Vegas, I felt like it was going to be new and I got to do this, and it sucked. Right? Maybe I had to reinvent and do crank all over again over here, and I got to do this. No. That moment of time was for me to let go of that, right? Unbecome everything that really wasn't me. And even when I got here, I was doing things that I thought I could do, stand-up comedy and bartending and bar backing to make money. Sure. I love those things. But I had to do those things to understand that I have to unbecome those things to become who I really am. And when I became Coach Pete again, nothing felt brighter except for the money. Ain't nobody money. I do it for the love of it, honestly. I do it because I'm really good at it. And I do it because I said I love it, and I do. And it's happy for me to see myself go through this process of change and trying different things. See if it lands, see if it landed. I'm not scared to fail. I'm not scared to quit. And all that past 3 years, good and bad, brought me back to where I know I need to be. Now where I should be, where I need to be right now. Because it makes me feel full. It makes me feel good. And it just makes me feel confident because I know what I'm doing. Right? I understand it. And every day I've always been a student of exercise, always been a student of movement, always been a student of training. I'm never the best. Even though we like to use best Jim Nutley, best Filipino trainers. Of course, it's fucking marketing, asshole. It's marketing. That's why people call each other the best. Well, a little bit of me has to believe that I am. Right? Because I have to have that confidence that I know. And if I don't know, I could always find out. But it's really cool meme that kind of just resonated with me, which is why I took a screenshot of it from someone. I'm not going to say her name, but I don't think she'd appreciate it as we go down the road. So let's go on to, that's a picture of Super Mario. This one's pretty cool. This is from James Tino. That's very Italian. I don't know what the fuck that says. It says, be boring. Exercise at the same time. Eat at the same time. Sleep at the same time. Get up at the same time. Simple things work. Fucking simple. Best nutritional advice you can have in your entire life. Keep that shit simple. A lot of us overcomplicate. What was that? Spit. Overcomplicate everything, right? We overthink this, we overthink that, we think we need this, we think we need that in order to make something happen. Like when I first did this podcast, I had no microphone, right? It was like a Rode mic that kind of pointed out. All you heard was echoes the entire time. I had an iPhone running it. I had a little lavalier. I just didn't have everything, but I still started, right? Knowing that in the end, it's going to be this, right? And it can become better later. Who knows? Maybe I'll have my own studio instead of fucking being in the garage where everyone can hear me outside. But at the same time, being boring is the easiest way to achieve those goals, right? If you're looking to work out, just go fucking work out at the same time, right? Just start. You want to eat right. Pick a meal. Chicken, broccoli, water. It was a fake diet that we made up a long time ago. Chicken, broccoli, water. Eat it every single meal of the day. You'll fucking lose weight. I guarantee you. Is it for a long time? No. Does it gotta be a refeed? Yeah. There's a lot of other rules around it, but to keep it simple, if you can't think, chicken, broccoli, water, motherfucker. Like it's it. You need something, eat chicken, broccoli, water. Protein, veggie, carb. Done. Oh, no. Sorry, not even a carb. Protein, veggie, water. Simple street. Don't think too much. Sleep at the same time, get up at the same time. Your rhythm, your what's that fucking rhythm? Your circadian rhythm. Keep it in check, right? Stop going out fucking till 2 in the morning on the weekends and try to reset yourself on Monday. You're gonna fucking kill yourself. It's not good for it. You're gonna have cortisol. I don't know what that means, but you're just gonna be fucked up. How's that sound? So those are the memes of the week. And right now, what I definitely want to talk about is the little things that I'm going to start doing and things that maybe you can agree with and or touch on is how to really change or how do I say this? Mentally overcome the transition of becoming a new person, right? Letting go of your past self. It can be challenging, it can be ultimately rewarding, but here are some steps for you to navigate the journey. I read that, obviously. Number 1, acknowledge the change. Recognize that change is a natural part of life and growth. Embrace the idea that it's okay to evolve and become a different person over time. Know it's happening, right? That was the first step, as always. Like, I need to change. I need to do something different because what's happening now is not working. I'm getting beat up all the time while I'm working out and it doesn't feel good. Well, here's what you need to do. Accept and acknowledge that change has to happen. Now let's map it out, right? The one thing I like to do for number 2 is reflect on the growth. Take time to reflect on the reasons behind your transformation. What experiences, insights, or lessons have you led you to this point? Acknowledge the progress you've made in the person that you've become as a result. Enjoy it. Love it. Who were you? Who was I? Right? Personally speaking, I was a mess. I was not in a good place. I wanted to kill myself. And now I'm loving life. I'm grateful for everything. I'm working my way through the depression. I'm making my way through the trials of being bipolar. I love my family. I'm moving along. I love it here. Right? This is growth. And I have to think about it and reflect on the times where I did feel like shit and how far I've come since then. So what time in your life were you really having a tough time? Now it's presently. Well, then think about it. Right? Think about how it feels to not feel good. Breathe it out, and now do some skills and try to find some ways to feel better. Because if you're at the low point, the only way you can go from here is up. So finding that process and finding that way will definitely help you physically, mentally, and spiritually. This one I found was the hardest one. And every single time I look at it, it just feels very tough for me because I'm, plagued and ridden with guilt. So release regrets. Let go of any regrets or attachments of the past. Understand that every experience, whether positive or negative, has contributed to your growth and development. Forgive yourself for the past mistakes, an essential step of moving forward. Don't feel bad. Let's not feel bad about the things that we've done, right? Let's feel okay or even good about the things that we've done. Sure, if it's really rough, something that really bothers you inside, just let it go. Right? I think I heard an analogy of like the trees have to force themselves to let the leaves go in order for them to reproduce new ones, right? It's normal. It's normal seasons, right? But like, think about that. Think about like you have this wonderful, beautiful, say you're the tree, right? You have this wonderful, beautiful fucking foliage and everyone's taking pictures of it and everyone loves it. But in about 2 weeks, you got to let that shit go. And all of a sudden now you're like a broken wooden dry ass tree, right? It's not exactly what it is you would want as the tree. But sometimes we have to definitely let those things go in order to allow other things to come in. And the more we hold on to it, and that's always the hardest part for me, was like the more I hold on to this like angst or anger or hate or even like guilt, especially guilt for me, the longer I hold on to it, the less space I allow myself to have to allow other things to come in. So whenever I feel like, oh, I start thinking about these things like, you fucked up, you did this, I can't believe you did this. It was like when I was 19, 17, 16, 15, right? All those years ago. And I still think about it. The Every time I think about it, I allow myself to let it go because I want more to come into my life. I want other things. I need more space. Otherwise, those thoughts, those emotions, those feelings kind of just keep me locked in all the time, which is why we talk about in a podcast a couple back, talk about quitting. I quit fast now. I quit shit fast because I don't allow things inside my life that I don't feel this good energy for. And I fucking just let them go because it's wasting my energy. And the only thing I have in my life, and I believe you do too, is your energy. And the more things that you do that make you feel like shit, or hanging around with people that make you feel like shit, or getting a text message that makes you feel like shit, and you just eat it and live with it and stay with it, you better let that shit go because it's going to drag you down. I surrounded myself with fucking crazies. Right? When I was down, I surrounded myself with fucking people, negatives, and I would stay there, try to help them and try to stay with them and help them and help them. But I was dying inside, trying to help someone else. But the most important person in my life, that's me, was fucking dying. But I'm trying to help someone else not die. And that's because we care. That's how we were raised. That's my thing. But sometimes what is our thing can kill us. And now I pull back. And now I have these boundaries to where it's like, nah, bitch, calm the fuck down. And I quit. Peace. See you later. I'm done. I can't do this shit no more. Because it's fucking affecting my home life. Not only home life, my life. Right? And if my home life's fucked up, then I'm fucked up. If I'm fucked up, my whole life's fucked up. Imagine the word fuck too much. Good. Hopefully you don't like that. Because then maybe I'll change you to like it. And next one. Practice self-compassion. Take a second and be easy on yourself. Right? We all can beat ourselves up every single day. We all can hate everything about us. I always say I'm the person that hates me the most is me. I don't appreciate a lot of the things that I do or I've done. I just kind of set everything back to all the things that I've accomplished, to all the things that I've done for other people. I just kind of, whatever. Don't bring it up anymore. Don't give me any praise. I was even talking to my brother and I was like, I like no gi now because in gi, they give you stripes or a new belt. And like when I get a stripe or a new belt, I just feel like, of course, imposter syndrome sets in. So I'm like, I don't deserve this. Why are you giving it to me? I fucking suck at this. Why do? And like that's what happens. And I was like, I like no gi because they can't give you a belt and they're not going to give you a stripe. So I can just finish class and not have this attention brought onto me. And isn't that crazy? Think about that. It's like you're doing the sport in order to. I'm doing it just to learn. Honestly, I could do without the rankings, but that's part of it, and I have to appreciate that because now I'm taking away the appreciation of the person that he believes in me the most. Right? For me to say no to that is disrespecting my coach because he believes that I deserve the stripe, that I deserve a belt, that I deserve this promotion. But for me to be like, no thanks, I don't want it, well then now there's conflict. Right? Now I'm not allowing myself to bring good things towards me. Right? He's giving me this great energy and he's so happy to give it to me. And I'm like, don't throw me. And now I'm resisting this energy. So why not just drop it? Practice a little self-compassion and allow yourself to be rewarded with something cool. Whether or not you like it, it's going to take practice. But looking at yourself in the mirror and telling yourself, I love you, is one of the hardest things you can do. Most people can't look at themselves in the face and say, I love you. But if you could do that, I will guarantee you will feel much better once you start practicing it over and over and over and over again. And that shit works. So the next one is embracing the growth mindset, meaning, here's an example, cultivating a growth mindset, which focus on the belief that your abilities and qualities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Now, this is the one I was talking about. View challenges as opportunities for growth rather than setbacks. Right. This is where we kill ourselves. And this is personally, I'm talking about myself because this is where I beat myself up the most, where I say, you used to deadlift 400 pounds. You used to squat 400 pounds. You used to bench press 400 pounds. You used to do all of these things. And now I just have it stuck in my head that this is the person that I still can be. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but I have to understand that these are setbacks, right? They're little things that will bother me the entire time because I'm trying to compare myself to someone that doesn't even exist anymore. I don't live that lifestyle. I don't have that training regimen. I don't have that strength. Can I find a way to do it? Yes. And that's the growth setback. So for me, perfect example is deadlifts. Deadlifts, no matter what, will always hurt my back, right? It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. So I'll try to get the bar in no matter how good or flexible or warmed up I feel that day. Once I go into regular conventional deadlift position, where your feet are a little bit narrow, hands to the outside, nice and tight, bars pressed up against my shins, as I start to pull, I can just feel it's off, right? I then even if I film myself, it just looks off because of anatomy. My arms are shorter, my femurs are short. So for me to reach down to a bar, I'm going to curve at the back unless I have super crazy mobility inside my hips and inside my spine, which I don't, right? This is the structure that was given to me. So, as a coach, what would I do to my client? I would elevate the bar off the ground, start at a lighter weight, and find a position that feels good. Once I find that position that feels good, then I can go through mechanics, go through movement, through repetition, and then we can add load, right? So it's going to start from the beginning. And that's what I did yesterday. I started from the beginning. I put two 45s on the ground because I don't have all this workout stuff that they have, like these platforms and blocks. And then I put 25s on each side, which equals 95 pounds on the bar. And I did cluster sets of 3, where I just practiced my form. I practiced my skill, my positioning, and my bracing, which means I brace my core, make sure I'm holding everything tight, and is working on functionality of the movement. And I'm going to say for the next 4 weeks, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to increase weight much unless it feels like I can, but I'm not looking to break records. I'm not looking to go to 1 RMs. I'm just practicing the movement at a lower weight. And it hurts, right? This hurts the ego. This hurts the 400-pound deadlift. This hurts the 500-pound squat, right? When I do a squat, most of the time I'm putting a box underneath me. And of course I feel like shit. You know, oh my God, I'm doing box squats. Can't believe it. No, I'm doing box squats because I'm close to 50 years old. Thank God I can at least still squat and or hold the weight on my back. Right, with all the herniations in the C's, all the herniations in the L's, and all the herniations in the T's through years and years of pain, it's a little bit different. But it doesn't mean it's over, right? And that's where growth mindset came in. It's like I have to really embrace the fact that I can do this. I can start over. I may have a little bit of an altered deadlift, but am I still deadlifting? Am I still having the ability to hold heavy weight inside my hands and pull it off the ground? Yeah. Will I ever make it to the ground? I don't know. We'll see what the body gives me. But I can also get stronger in the positions that I have. And having that mindset instead of setback mindset is something that's going to carry me through. So what is it that you have? Like, what is it that you're conquering or facing? Right? What is it? What's that setback where maybe you have to take 10 steps back in order to find? I have a client right now that I talk to, and she's an ultra marathoner, I don't want to say client. She's my fucking friend, right? My client. She's my fucking friend. Ultra Ironman marathon, Tough Mudder, Spartan race, fucking monster, right? And that's the thing, right? That's what I envision her as. And I'm sure she does the same to herself because she's done all those things. She's accomplished and placed in those things. But now is a little bit of a transition in life, just like everyone else after COVID, kind of went down. And it's hard for her to embrace the fact that she is not that person anymore. And what we do, right? I'll do the same thing is I'll sign up for races, I'll sign up for competitions, I'll sign up for all these things in order for me to help train to become better. But did you know that all we're doing is trying to train to become that person that we are? And at the end of the day, when we fail, and we're going to fail pretty fucking miserably, it's just going to beat us up. So the growth mindset, sure, it's good to use competitions and races as like a goal setter, right? Something to look forward to. But don't look forward to a marathon because that's going to be a very rugged training process. And especially if you haven't done anything, you're going to know how hard that is. And it's going to take longer than last time. So I suggested, why not start with a 5K and enjoy it? Why not do a fun one where you just have to run, get into it, don't worry about winning it, and then see where it takes you. Enjoy it, right? Enjoy it because you loved working out, you loved running, you loved doing those things. So why not just enjoy the fucking process of it? And I'm enjoying the shit out of working out again. Am I signed up for a competition? No. Do I want to compete again? Absolutely. But schedule-wise, and I'm not ready for it because I understand the dedication it takes to compete. And I just want to have fun right now. I want to be back. I want to develop this new love for fitness, this new love for me, this new mentally healthy way to enjoy the process of becoming better, becoming more positive, becoming more stronger, less anxiety, less depression. Right? And the more I surround myself with people like that, especially within myself, I'm going to fucking win. Right? And that's the next one. Surround yourself with support. Find family, find friends, find podcasts, find videos, find anything that's going to keep you positive. Because if you're like me and you're watching this, you're probably a little down, trying to find something to help you, trying to find something to grab onto. But we can't watch this podcast and be like, fuck you, you suck. Maybe if that's the case, then find someone new. If you don't want to hear my voice no more. But at the same time, we have to be honest with ourselves and understand we cannot do this by ourselves. You have to have support. You have to talk to somebody. You have to get out of it. Especially if we're talking about training, right? You want to do something new, talk it out with a friend. Not someone that's going to, yeah, good job. No, someone's going to be real with you. Why don't you think about this, and let's start building back up? You know, someone's going to be honest. That's what I love about the East Coast. Like, they're fucking honest. Here, they fucking, yeah, yay. They just kind of yay you to death. And then it's like, all right, next thing. They don't fucking care sometimes. And we have that rap, right? Being from Jersey, it's like, yeah, these guys are real. They're going to tell you how it is. And honestly, I feel like that's what you need. You need that friend that's going to be like, nah, stupid. No, try something else. Maybe not in that way, but in a little bit of a different way. I'm going to say the last one that we can go with is staying flexible, especially when we're letting go of something. I have an example. I want you to hang out for a second while I read this because this is the example that's going to change your mind. Right? It's going to blow you away. It blew me away when I was thinking about this and going through it. All right. So stay flexible. Remain open to continued growth and evolution. Recognize that personal transformation is an ongoing process. And be willing to adapt and to adjust as you learn more about yourself and the world around you. So I tried to do that. Like, it's a prompt. See how I read? I tried to be an actor. I tried to be an actor right now. So that, hold on, let me try again. Recognize that personal information. I already lost it. I already forgot. Recognize that personal transformation is an ongoing process. Acting my dick. So stay flexible, right? This is the example. I want you to go into your closet, and we're going to talk about body transformation right now. I'm going to talk about how sick you are of yourself, right? Go into your closet. I want you to find that pair of jeans that you're trying to get into. The pair of jeans that made you feel so good. That dress that made you feel so good. Throw that fucking thing in the garbage. It's little things like that. That's the test. Can you let go of things? No. Oh my God. This is the thing that I had when I met my wife, and now I got it. Oh, I got to get back into those jeans. You're putting so much pressure on yourself in order to fit into it's a great goal. Yes. Get rid of the fuckers. It's just going to make you depressed every single time you try something on. Every single time you go into your closet and you don't put those jeans on and you put on a fucking pair of sweatpants instead, you're going to hate yourself. Why do we do this to ourselves? Why aren't we flexible with this thought? Why are we so ingrained to like, nope, these are my jeans. This is my blouse. This is my t-shirt. I was a medium. Now I'm a large, an extra large. I'm going to get back into that medium. Well, you know what? Throw your fucking Mr. Bubble t-shirt out because no one cares about Mr. Bubble no more. Or sell it on eBay. Probably make $600 for it. But it's a medium. And right now, you know what you wear? A Smexta Smarge. So don't make that the goal. The goal should be get clothes that fit you and feel good about yourself. When you get that, then start losing the weight. Do the things that you need to do. Keep it simple. To do the things you need to do and be flexible in the thought that I will get my other medium soon. That thing has a wrap. Like I have a hoodie, and I'm glad that you guys have bought it. Many of you guys have bought it out there. It says, I'm not okay. Pink hoodie. Mine one's pink. And it says, I'm not okay. Right? That was the name of the book. That was the name of a lot. Right? A lot of my life. And when I still have it. And when I put it on or I try to look at it, I feel disgusted. I feel sad. Clothes have energy. Right? Clothes have energy because it's connected to something. And because I even just thought about that now, I have to throw that thing out. You know why I don't want to throw it out? Because it reminds me of when I started the podcast. But who gives a shit, right? If it's going to make me feel that way every time I go through my hoodies and I look at it, I'm like, oh, I want to wear it. Then I'm like, oh, I don't want to wear it. I don't want that attention brought towards me. Because I remember when I wore it to the supermarket one time and I had it on, some girl goes, I'm sorry you feel that way. And I was like, whoa, this is an actual powerful fucking sweater. So where's your pair of jeans? Where's your shirt? Where's your blouse, your suit that you're holding on to for many, many years, thinking that it's going to come back? Well, think of that motherfucker's Beetlejuice, right? There's no ghost that's going to come inside this and, take over everybody. It's not. Throw that shit out. Find something to wear that makes you feel good. That's the energy you want. And then be flexible in the process of trying to become the size that you're looking for. Be patient. Let's figure it out. And let go of those clothes. Let go of the old you. Because that person don't exist no more. They were great. They led us to where we are today. They gave us many, many lessons throughout our life. But you know who you are right now? Someone that's searching to be better. Otherwise, you would not be here on this podcast. You would not be here watching. You would not be here listening. You would not be here doing whatever it is you're doing. You're looking to throw out those clothes, that baggage, and you just want someone to tell you to do it. Well, I'm telling you right now, fucking do it. Fucking do it now. Because all that's going to do, it's going to drown you, and it's going to steal the energy that you want in your life. Till next time.